At ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection. A friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
It may have been a new job or starting a new business. Maybe you were looking for a better place to raise a family. It's possible you were returning home to the place you love, to Idaho. Whatever your reason for coming, 40 years or 4 months ago, Lithia Ford of Boise wants you to know you're welcome here. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
So keep supporting these guys. I mean, you know, it means the world to us. And we, you know, in the end, when we're cutting down the nets, we'll remember that there was a group of fans that got us through all this. In the end, when we're cutting down the nets.
We near 2 minutes to play. Lines up to three. Tyson decking hard.
On the reverse. Oh, look at that.
Ashworth guarding Shaver. Shaver pulls it back. Leaves his feet. Shaver for three. Stunner at the spectrum. 11 straight wins for the Broncos.
Shaver with the ball now. Spins from the double. Rises and it's a save. What a shot.
In the end, when we're cutting down the nets, we'll remember that there was a group of fans that got us through all this.
Howdy folks, Captain here. Be happy going on initial descent into Las Vegas. Currently 63 degrees, clear skies. For those college basketball fans joining us on this afternoon's flight from Boise, wish you good luck in the Mountain West Tournament. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Well, greetings, Boise State fans. Welcome on in. Circa Sports and Casino. We are live here. Day 2 of the Mountain West Tournament, day 1 of the Mountain West Tournament for Boise State. So greetings on in. BJ Rains here with you, Bronco Nation News. Colin Mitchell is here as well. He is up on the he's upstairs. Look at he's got the top view from Colin's up there getting some video for us, and he's on the 3rd floor. You can see the fans already chiming in here from the top. A lot of tournaments already going on. Get your questions in, get your comments in. How you feeling about the Boise State game today? We'll have the pregame show coming up a little later, but this is the pregame to the pregame show. So let us know. Let us know how you're feeling about this game. Boise State is a 6.5-point favorite as we check the odds. This was just moments ago. You can see some of the games coming on. Boise State is 6.5-point favorites, over under of 136.5 here at Circa Sports, the Circa Sports Casino. The updated odds to win the Mountain West Tournament. Boise State is the favorite at plus 235. You have San Diego State at plus 340. And then Colorado State at plus 465. Ironically enough, I don't know why, but UNLV is not on the board. You cannot bet UNLV right now to win the Mountain West Tournament. I don't know if that's a Vegas thing or what, but they were on there earlier, and right now you cannot bet them. So very interesting. But this is the biggest sports book in the world here at Circa Sports, and it's pretty darn cool. If you haven't been here before, you need to get down here and check it out. Boise State opening the Mountain West Tournament. Such a great regular season. The Mountain West champions, and now they're trying to keep that going with a postseason title here and try to get some momentum going into March Madness. It hasn't been a great tournament, as everybody knows, down here in Vegas for Boise State. 3-7 all time in the quarterfinal round. They've only made the semifinals 3 times, so trying to buck a trend, so to speak. And this is obviously a different team, different players. Don't have much history doing that, so I know it's not bothering. These guys are weighing on them, but for fans, it is weighing on you. Fans are used to coming down here and seeing this team struggle a little bit. We got Stewart here feeling pretty good. The team has shown that they're different teams in the past. They know how to close out games and win the games they're supposed to. 11-point Bronco win today, Stuart is saying. So I believe I met Stuart last night. Stuart was down there at our party. We have to have a huge shout out to all the folks that came by to our party last night. This was one of the groups of people that came by earlier in the night. People were kind of coming and going throughout the night. We had an awesome time here at Circa Sports, Circa Casino. We were upstairs on the overhang bar and gave away some stuff, had a cool time. And huge shout out to Boise State Athletic Director Jeremiah Dickey. You can see him there on the left. He drew the name for us, but you had pretty much the whole senior support staff, Jeremiah Dickey, Cody Gogler. You had all kinds of folks. Heather Berry was here, and it was just a great time last night. There's some folks from the Blue Collar Club. They were raising some money. We had a good time last night. And there's the band as well. Shout out to the Blue Thunder Marching Band. The Pep Band came last night. Some of their members, they gave us a hat. That was pretty cool, and Jeremiah Dickey posed for a photo with them. So major props the night before a game with a lot going on for Mike Keller and the whole staff, as I said, including the athletic director. It was a pretty cool scene. They all got off the escalator, and you could all see them coming over in their suits, and all the fans started going crazy and chanting Boise State. And it was a fun time last night. So we probably had 100 people or so that kind of came in and out throughout the time, and it was a really fun time. So we appreciate, as I said, Jeremiah Dickey and his group for coming over. And if you came, hopefully you had a good time. We had a good time. It was a lot of fun, and we're going to keep it going. Brady says the D is the difference in this year's team that will carry them through. So, 6.5-point favorite tonight. It should be a very interesting game, I think. Nevada, interesting is one word to put it. Scary would be another. Nevada's a scary team, in my opinion, and they're they've got Cambridge and Sherfield. And I was watching that game last night. I mean, they look like a team good enough to win the whole tournament. And you got to play them in the first round. So it's a very tough game. And as I said, Boise State hasn't had the much success down here in this tournament. And then you throw in the fact that you're playing a tough team, and it's certainly going to be nothing easy. Let's check back in with Collin, see what he's doing. Collin is up there on the top level now. He is overlooking the third level of Circa Sports. And, of course, right as we go to him, his Wi-Fi freezes up. But you can see how all the different TVs, how just massive this place is. It really is a pretty impressive-looking place. And so if you haven't been here yet, you need to get here. You can see the people playing the games there in the Keno, and it kind of falls over and then went right there to the overhang bar where we were last night. So, it's a fun time. They got 2 levels with the casino games, all kinds of great stuff. So, we're having fun. And we're going to be here all week. We were supposed to be outside at Stadium Swim today, but it's actually windy and raining. Not great weather here in Las Vegas, so we decided that we'll do that a different day. And hopefully tomorrow the weather's a little better and we can go ahead and do that. Get your score predictions in. This isn't the official pregame show, but if you get your score prediction in, we'll count it for the James gift card that we're giving away. Again, if you look at the betting line right now behind me, Boise State is a 6.5-point favorite. The over-under is 136.5, minus 280 on the money line for Boise State. 6.5 is the point spread for Boise State right there. You can see some of the other games as well. That'll be the first of 4 games today. Boise State will kick it off. Then you have the Wyoming UNLV game right after that. And then in the night session tonight, you'll have Colorado State and Utah State, as well as the final game of the day, San Diego State and Fresno State. There were no upsets yesterday, but we almost had one. Fresno State went into overtime with San Jose State, and that game went down to the wire, and Fresno State scored with a couple seconds left to win the game. So would rather play Nevada than Utah State or Fresno. The Mountain West is stacked. I'm not sure if I would, but we'll see. We got Perry coming in. Elite programs win these games. Dakota Atkinson, BSU 75, Nevada 62. Stewart's got 79-68. Perry's coming in with 70-61. 78-71 for Guy. Brady chiming in as well, 75-67. So we got a big crowd filing in here. We got some games already on. We got the Michigan game on. You can just see how massive this place is. And there's already a lot of sports fans here that are making their wagers, their bets, watching these games. Again, 8:30 here in Vegas. Some of these games started over on the East Coast. So there are people already yelling at the TV and having fun. But we did have a chance to catch up with Leon Rice yesterday, Boise State's head coach. Here's Boise State's head coach, Leon Rice, on the matchup with Nevada.
I'm playing the Wolfpack.
Well, we just played them. So I think everyone got to see how good they are and how talented, that group of guards is and those bigs, and they got all the pieces and a great coach, and we'll have to play an A+ game to be there. So, that's what you expect, especially this year in the league. I mean, I think I saw a quote that Patino just said, like, he came from the Big Ten. He's like, this league's right there. It's and I think, that probably surprised him a little bit, because until you live it and get to see it every day, you're amazed by how many good players there are, how many good coaches there are, how tough, we always talk about that. So it's going to be a big challenge tomorrow. We know that.
I know you were saying the other day when we talked, like, you couldn't believe that's the 8-9 game.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there live earlier today and you're going, okay, we got to stop him, got to stop him, got to stop. I mean, it is pretty crazy the talent level they have.
No question. And both teams were looking like that, because, I think in a situation like this, when the game gets over, you always want to play the one that lost. Because the other one has momentum and is playing good. And they were both playing great. A few breaks here and there, and it could be another way, because both of them are good teams, great guards especially. And, I think Nevada, their big guys present a challenge, their wings present a challenge, why they can shoot it, and Sherfield's one of the best point guards in the country.
Playing a team for the third time, do you add any wrinkles, or do you just keep doing what you guys do well?
Oh, you're going to have to tune in and see.
Okay.
We did see some social media shots of Shaver at the airport coming down. Is there anything you can say about his status?
Joe? Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's public photos out there of him, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah. You sure it wasn't Lexus?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. No, it's a time of year where, we kind of keep stuff to yourself about injuries and sickness and all that stuff, but he'll be good to go tomorrow.
What is you mentioned they're big guys, they're guards, and what is pick your poison? But I mean, what is the I guess game plan? I know you're gonna tell me the game plan, but how do you try to, when there's so many different guys out there, how do you try to
there's a lot of great players, and some of it, you go in with the plan, but very rare, you're always having to adjust the plan as the game goes, and you adjust for foul trouble, you adjust for somebody getting hot, and they got a lot of guys who can get hot. We know that.
It's almost like a new season now, everything's kind of behind you. How do you kind of, what's your philosophy going into March in these tournaments? Or is it kind of just the same message as the regular season?
Yeah, it is a new season in a way, but when you boil it down, it's, your job is the same. And that's what you gotta, it's gotta be business as usual, because these guys know how to prep, they show up to play, and so you don't want to do anything too far outside of what we've been doing. And that's what the best teams are able to do, is business as usual. And sure, there's going to be maybe some heightened sense of excitement because of the tournament atmosphere and those kind of things, but for us, we show up to do the job.
Does that get you excited when you go in the arena and there's fans and you see a game and you say, okay, the tournament's here? I mean, we're playing who wins this game. I mean, does it kind of raise it up a little bit?
Yeah. And then, like I always say, this is the greatest time in college basketball. These conference tournaments into the NCAA tournament and NIT and all those kind of things. It's a great time in college to be a college basketball player, and our guys understand that because they've been through. I got veterans that have. Sometimes the rookies think, oh, it's just going to happen every year like that. It doesn't. You just got to seize the moment that we're in with the team that we have.
Bracketologists love your guys' resume this season. So for once, you guys aren't feeling like you're going into this on the bubble. That's got to be a good place. So do you approach this tournament differently, knowing you've got a little bit more safety?
I don't think so. No, not really, because that again, that's outside things that we've done. We've controlled what we can control by building our resume. I think some of the numbers that we talk about is, there's only like 4 or 5 teams that have as many wins away from their home. So we've got that, we got good wins, we got good club twos, all those kind of things. We do. We put together a great resume. So, but that hasn't been our focus. Our focus is doing our job at the gym. We can control the rest is outside.
Well, there he is, Leon Rice, talking today or yesterday about today's game against Nevada. We got a couple questions on here asking about Marcus Shaver Jr., Brady saying, how much do we need to worry about Shaver? Dave saying Shaver status. We'll know when we get to the arena here in a little bit. He is expected to play, but we'll see what percentage he is at. You saw Leon Rice not wanting to talk much about it, but, facts are facts. He was seen at the airport coming down yesterday and was able to confirm that he wasn't feeling well. Did have it's not COVID, just a general sickness. Was actually sick, starting to get sick for the Colorado State game, not feeling well, but pushed through and took a couple days off and still isn't feeling great. So we'll see how he feels today, but was not feeling well enough to travel down with the team on Tuesday. Came down on a commercial flight last night by himself. As I said, people saw him at the airport and were taking pictures and putting it on Twitter and stuff. But, he's obviously a huge part of their team. They need a healthy Marcus Shaver Jr. They need a healthy Marcus Shaver Jr. to help this team move far in the tournament. Get your, score predictions in, your comments in. How you feeling, Bronco Nation? You're only a couple hours away from game day or game time. It's pretty exciting for, you work all this time, you go through the whole season, and here you are. Now it comes down to a 3-day tournament here at the Mountain West Tournament. And, as Rachel Roberts from the Statesman said in that question there to Leon at the end, you're not playing for, you're not on the bubble for the tournament. You're going to the NCAA tournament. You don't have much to worry about from that aspect. So I think it is a nice change for Boise State fans to be able to just enjoy this tournament. But no, you're going to see your name no matter what on Selection Sunday. You're going to the big dance. So enjoy this, have fun. Hopefully Boise State's able to get through today. I'll be quite honest with you. I'm really worried about this game for Boise State. But if they win tonight, I think they win the tournament. If Boise State wins tonight, they will win the tournament. I'll go ahead and say that. Let's check in with Collin one more time, see where he's at. He's up top on the third level again. You got the VSiN Sports Network gambling area. Look down below. You got the different levels. You got the chairs. There's some tables there. You can see where our setup is. They got the private tables in the middle. Both sides have the movie theater style seating, and then 3 different levels. You got 2 levels there, the second level and the third level, where there's more seats where you can watch as you're playing your bets and things like that. So it's a pretty incredible place. Circa Sports at the Circa Sports Circa Resort and Casino. It's pretty awesome. Colin, appreciate that. You can come on down, bud. And he's been doing a great job for us. Let's check the odds again for folks that are just joining us. We're going to hear from Max Rice as well. The double Rice day today. The odds for today's game, 6.5 for Boise State. So if you're thinking where you got to put your money, you see it there in the middle. That's 12 o'clock Pacific time. Boise State favored by 6.5 today over Nevada. And now the odds to win the tournament, we just snapshotted this a couple seconds ago. Boise State 235 to win the tournament. San Diego State plus 340. Colorado State is plus 465. And I'm not sure why, but UNLV is not on the board right now. I'm still trying to figure out why UNLV is not able to be wagered on in this game. But you can't wager on UNLV for some reason. I don't know why. But more score predictions are coming in. We got Kevin saying 71-70. We got Ron 71-67. Randy Stevens 72-65. We got Jen saying respect, support, believe. James Cantrell is here in Vegas to see some basketball. Go Broncos. That's awesome. Hope to see you at the arena. Usually have a glass of wine or 2 to settle my nerves. Is noon Pacific time too early? No. There's guys drink over here. There's a Boise State fan right over here drinking a Mick Ultra. So, no, it's not too early at all to start drinking. There's Boise State fans here hanging out, having a good time, placing their bets. So, Dave saying holding Nevada in the 60s will be tough. Boise State does it, and they're going to get the W. So much for a prediction. Nate's nervous. Always tough beating a team 3 times in a season. Remember last season you actually had Nevada beat Boise State 3 times. And they ended Boise State's, dream of making the NCAA tournament when they beat them in the quarterfinals last year. That's come up a couple times where Boise State remembers the fact that Nevada beat them 3 times last year, and they're looking for payback a little bit. We know how you feel about BSU's game today. Do San Diego State, Wyoming, CSU hold serve? The one line that I thought was very odd, and I believe it was only Colorado State was only favored by 2. Let me put up this here, and I'm going to look and see what the current odds are for the Mountain West games. Where are those games at? Over here on the right side of the board. Oh, I guess they're in order of time. I was really surprised. Colorado State -4 for Colorado State seems pretty low to me. Wyoming is -1 against Utah State. San Diego State is Colin, those 4 Mountain West games over there, maybe you can go get a picture of that. They're on the right side over here. There's 4 Mountain West games with the odds all next to each other. We'll get that on the screen here momentarily. There goes Colin doing a great job. Sherwood killed us last year. Yes, he did. Grant Sherfield killed him, but Desmond Cambridge actually did more, according to Perry. Desmond Cambridge had 31 points in the Mountain West Tournament quarterfinals against Boise State, and Grant Sherfield had 26. So 57 combined points from Sherfield and Cambridge last year. Then you have Washington. I mean, for me, a big key is actually going to be Mladen Armouche staying out of foul trouble, because you cannot have Warren Washington and Will Baker and these guys just dominating in the paint. You've got to be able to have, a rebounding presence, and you got to have a defensive presence for Armouche. So how this game is officiated is going to be very interesting today. You cannot get into foul trouble, especially at the big guys. I think that's going to be tough. Derek was watching the game last year. Scary Nevada has the same roster without Will Baker and Blackshear. Yeah, they brought in Blackshear, brought in Will Baker, who was a 5-star Texas transfer. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Colin, you're going to put that in the system for us? Do it 16:9 if you can, so we can make sure we get that on the screen. Max Rice also talked to the media yesterday. Keep getting your comments in, how you're feeling about this game. Any other games you like today, let us know. We're in a Sportsbook, for crying out loud. This is pretty incredible scene, by the way. This is not some weird green screen background. We are actually in the Sportsbook. Here's our other camera down here at Circa Sports. It's pretty incredible that we're here, and we appreciate them for having us here. Max Rice, Boise State guard who's been heating up. We're going to hear from Max Rice briefly, and then we're going to hear from the Nevada coach, actually. Maybe we do the Nevada coach first, because he was mispronouncing everybody's name on Boise State. We'll see if we can get that in here. I know a lot of people were having fun with that yesterday. They didn't know if he did it on purpose or what, but after the game, Nevada players Grant Sherfield and Warren Washington and the coach, Steve Alford, gave their comments on the matchup with Boise State.
I'm excited. I like playing against Boise. They're a tough team, so I just like playing against tough teams. So, I mean, we're going to go out there and we're going to try to make something happen. It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. I know it's going to be a dogfight, so, yep.
Well, I just think they've done a really good job of going from last year to this year. You can tell that this group over the summer was on a mission. And it's very easy to look at last year with what they did. We might have had some things to do with keeping them out of the tournament, which is not easy for them. And I think they came at us. We had shut down the first game. They were coming out of a shutdown. They had 4 or 5 days to prep. We had 1 day of prep, and they thumped us at home. We did not play well at home all year, and they kind of kick-started it. And then we go to their place, and I thought really had a battle on our hands. And, hopefully we're able to battle them again tomorrow and make that a game where, that 1 seed can have some anxiousness, because they obviously have had an outstanding year. Leon's and his staff have done a tremendous job. I think this league's been really good all year. I think they've been the best in our league start to finish. They're big, they're physical. Armis does all the little things. They make big shots. Shaver makes shot after shot. You got Keyjob and Acott, who just really understand to play both sides of the ball. And freshman Dingenhart has had a tremendous year. And Rice got off to a slow start. It was probably because Dad wasn't getting him good enough shots. But the second half, he's really come up big. So, they're about 7 deep. But those 7 guys are really talented and really good. So we know we got our hands full. We're just glad we got another day to prep for today.
What do you make? When I was on with Johnny and Prater yesterday, they thought it was a conspiracy theory. They thought he mispronounced the names on purpose. What do you think of Shaver and Dingenhart and Keyjob and whoever else? He mispronounced another one too, Armis. So I think there were 4 mispronounced names there. They just played him a week ago. You'd think he knows the proper pronunciation of their names. He says Dingenhart was my favorite. That was a pretty good one. We had Shaver and Keyjob. Battle? There's no battle. That's that was the Brian Harsin QB battle with was that Montel Cozart and Rippon, I believe, when he looked at JP and said there was no No quarterback battle. There's no battle. They're not battling. Oh, that was a good one. We do have the current odds, by the way. Here are the odds for all 4 games today. Boise State, 6.5, and this was just taken about 30 seconds ago. You've got Wyoming is -1, Colorado State is -4, and San Diego State -6. So the biggest spread today is Boise State over Nevada. The Colorado State one's interesting. Only 4 points better than Utah State is a little surprising to me. I would think that Colorado State could win that game by more than 4 points, but those are the current odds here at Circa Sports. Circa Sports at the Circa Resort and Casino. The comments are rolling in here. Let's see what else we got on the comments here. Avery Johnson was calling Marcus Schaefer for oh, that's pretty funny. Schaefer. The Colorado State line moved a lot since last night. It was like -1 or something. Yeah, or -2. It opened low and then did get bigger. So, yeah, I do want to give another shout out if you're just joining us. Special thank you to Jeremiah Dickey, Boise State Athletic Director, all the members of the senior staff, Cody Gogler, Heather Berry, Mike Keller. A lot of the staff showed up last night from Boise State to our event, and it was unexpected. And that's members of the Blue Thunder Marching Band. Appreciate them as well. They presented me with those hats right there. I'm an honorary member, I guess, of the band. So they'll be waving the Bronco Nation News rally towels at the game today. We made a trade for some rally towels for the 2 hats. So we appreciate that. The Blue Collar Club was there last night raising money. Appreciate Joel and all those guys. I had a great time last night. And, yeah, we had a really nice crowd. And then there's Jeremiah Dickey drawing the name at the end of the night. So he drew the name for the Leon Rice basketball and some of the other stuff that the Blue Collar Club was giving away. And there's one of the pictures. We had folks just hanging out, having a drink, overlooking the game last night. It was probably about 7:30 or so. We had just getting started, and the casino came by and wanted to get a group pic real quick. So we had a good time. Looks like Colin Mitchell's even got a beverage in his hand there. He was supposed to be working. We'll have to talk to him afterwards about that. But, no, it was a good time. We saw a lot of great people last night. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. But, again, Jeremiah Dickey, the athletic director, and his staff, that was really cool that they took time out to come. Do you know why they have an hour and a half after the Wyoming UNLV game? Is that for TV ratings? No, it's to clear the arena. So they have the 2 games. You pay 1 ticket. You get to go to 2 games, and then they kick you out, and then you need a new ticket to come back in for the second session. So that's how it works most places. There's 4 games in a day, and you split it up into 2 sessions. You got to have 2 tickets so they can make more money that way. So that's the reason. They'll kick those folks out and then bring in new fans for the second session. Max Rice, Boise State's guard, the son of the head coach. We talked to him yesterday as well. He's a veteran to the Mountain West tournament. And don't forget, in that game last year in the Mountain West tournament against Nevada, he actually broke his foot and had to leave the game and couldn't finish it. They also didn't have key jab in that game. I hear myself wanting to say key job now after hearing the way that their coach said it. Let's see if we can find that again just to hear the
I think they've been the best in our league start to finish. They're big, they're physical. Armas does all the little things. They make big shots. Shaver makes shot after shot. You got Key Job and Acott, who just really understand to play both sides of the ball. And freshman Dingenhart has had a tremendous year. And Rice got off to a slow start. It was probably because Dad wasn't getting him good enough shots.
Let's hear from Max Rice ahead of the game tomorrow. Key Job, Shaver, he was mispronouncing all these names. The one name he got right was Max Rice, and that was ahead of, he said he was joking around that he didn't get any good shots earlier in the season because his dad wasn't doing a good enough job with the offense. So we were for a couple seconds. We're good. Here's Max Rice, Boise State's guard, ahead of the game tomorrow.
Obviously been down to the Mountain West tournament a couple times. What's the feeling like watching that other game and kind of just getting that feeling of about time to go here?
I mean, it was good watching those two scrap it out. Both teams looked good today, so I think we're gonna have to come out strong tomorrow and really send a message from the start.
Is Nevada maybe like one of the best 8 seeds in tournament history?
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of years of this league, and I think they're the most talented 8 seed I've seen. So it's going to be a good game.
What's the key to stopping their guards?
I mean, I think ball screen coverage. You gotta be really locked in on that. You can't really lose those guards or give too much space to work with because they're veteran guards. They know what they're doing in there. So you got to really try to contain them as much as you can.
You guys faced them last year in the first round, right? Or in the quarters. Yep. So, does that game leave a little bit of a bitter taste in your mouth? And it kind of
yeah, they beat us 3 times, I think, last year. So, I mean, obviously, our goal is to beat them 3 times this year and kind of get them back for that. But we have a lot of respect for those guys. We've kind of become friends with them. We've played them so many times. So, but yeah, obviously, our hopes are to send them home for good.
And you didn't get to finish that game, right?
No, yeah, I broke my foot in that game last year. So hopefully, I can finish this one out.
But with Cambridge, he had like 31 in that game. I mean, is he a guy like? It just seems like no matter where he is in the corner on the court, he can just. It's hard to get his shot blocked because he's so big, and he's just not afraid to let it fly. I mean, can he be a scary shooter?
Oh yeah, I think the biggest thing with him is just trying to shut off his water early. Because if he gets it going, if he sees the ball go in the hoop, it's bad news for you. So you got to really just shut off his water as early as you can.
I've been hearing a lot about this team being different, or I don't know what that means, but do you have a different feel like going into the tournament that this team is like maybe just have a different feeling built about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think we flushed things that have happened in the past. We got obviously Daggy, who's new here, and then we just got new mentalities coming into this tournament. So I think you'll see that from the start of the game tomorrow for sure, and we're ready to go.
Is that just more confidence, or is it something different?
Well, I think we got a lot of old players on our team, a lot of veterans, so we know what it takes to win games this year. Obviously, you've seen that over the course of the entire year. Even that last game, I think we battled it out. We had a chance at the end, we just didn't pull it out. But we flushed all that, and we're ready for the postseason. So.
Proctologists really like your guys' resume. You guys look like you're locked for the tournament regardless of what happens here. So what do you say you're playing for at this tournament?
I think pride and just building a stronger resume too for the future. We've never made it to the conference championship, I don't think, in this league yet. This would be an amazing year to do so, especially with how good everyone is. So it'd be kind of a good time to send a message and make it to the championship game. So I think that's our goal this year.
Is there something about like you win the regular season, but you want to go ahead and back it up with the tournament title too?
Oh, it'd be awesome to be able to do that and kind of get that monkey off our back. Also, would be huge. So it starts tomorrow.
You've played in this, or watched your dad or whatever for a lot of years, where you guys played the team that had to play the day before, and you guys have been waiting around. You played. Do you think there's like an advantage for the other team?
I do, yeah. That's a good question. I think you kind of see it in Dayton, whoever ends up getting out of Dayton usually makes it round 32, Sweet 16. It's kind of the same thing in conference tournaments. You've seen it today already. I think Boston College beat Wake Forest. Yeah, and they came off a win yesterday. So, I mean, it's just kind of getting your feet under you the first day and seeing the ball go through the hoop. But, I mean, if we come out with the right mentality, it shouldn't be that much of an effect on anyone.
Well, there you go. There he is. Max Rice talking about the game and how an advantage. And I do agree. I think there is an advantage to the team that plays that first day. They get their confidence. They get their feet wet. They get used to the arena, and they come out, and Nevada's going to have nothing to lose today. They're coming out and just letting it fly. Cambridge, Sherfield, just going to be absolutely letting it fly. But Colin Mitchell has made his way to join us here at the table. We don't have a camera on him, but Colin, we saw the arena yesterday. We got the games today. We got the odds up there. What's your take on things, my man?
I think it's going to be an exciting week. It was fun to see the games yesterday, and I think, Nevada's got their feet wet. They're going to be coming out hot today, and overall, I think it's going to be an interesting tournament. I think the other side of the bracket has a couple toss-ups. I think Boise State pulls it out tonight or today, this afternoon. I think Wyoming will squeak one out, and then I think Utah State beats Colorado State. I think Colorado State's a great team.
How about that?
I think Utah State they've had the record doesn't speak much about how they've played this year. They've got BJ's consensus player of the year, Justin Bean, and Horvath, and Barstow, all these guys. And if they get hot, it could be dangerous.
Well, you just heard him saying he thinks Utah State could make the championship game. How about that? Should be a lot of fun. We appreciate Colin. He's doing a heck of a job with all the stuff behind the scenes, getting this together, the videos and all that. Just for the heck of it, one more time, let's hear Steve Alford mispronouncing these names. I think that's let's hear this on the way out the door here.
Shot, you got key job things. They make big shots. Shaver makes shot after shot. You got key job and Acott, who just really understand to play both sides of the ball. And freshman Dingenhart has had a tremendous year, and Rice got off to
I don't know which one's better, Dingenhart or Shaver or Key Job or oh, man, that's going to be a good one for a while here. So appreciate you guys for checking this out. It's been awesome. We appreciate Circa Sports, Circa Casino for having us today. We're going to be live in like an hour and a half over at the arena. 11 a.m. Here in Vegas, noon back in Boise. We will be live for an extended pregame show courtside. Mike Prater is going to join us. We'll have all kinds of fun stuff live from the arena at noon. So about an hour and a half from now. So hopefully you guys will come back to wherever you're watching this, YouTube or Twitter or Facebook. Come back over an hour and a half from now at noon Mountain Time. We'll be live from Thomas and Mack Center getting you set. We'll take your score predictions and all that stuff there as well. Old Bronco coming in at 86-81. So appreciate everybody for checking this out. As always, I have to give a shout out to all of our great sponsors. Could not do this without our sponsors. We really appreciate all of their support. You see them on the screen there. Boucher Real Estate, Lithia Ford of Boise, the Blue and Orange Store, Boise Dentistry Co., Ridley's Family Markets, Transportation Compliance Service, United Commercial Insurance, Idaho Central Credit Union, and, of course, our title sponsor, RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. So Jordan says he put in his first ever sports bet, Boise Moneyline and a Boise CSU Fresno parlay, was feeling like dogs, upset. And then a couple Fresno fans joined us in line at the Sportsbook, took it as a sign. Nothing says you're a heck of a professional sports bettor than changing your mind while in the line at the ticket window. If that doesn't say that you're a sharp, I don't know what does. If you get in the line and then you change your bet while you're in there, Jordan. But good luck to you. I hope it works out. I hope Boise State wins. Hope everybody's happy, and I hope we're doing this again tomorrow as we get set for the semifinals. So appreciate everybody for checking this out. Hope you guys have a great, fun time. And again, hour and a half, noon in Boise. We'll be live from the Thomas and Mack Center. Mike Prater will join me. We'll get you set with an extended pregame show, show you some of the warm-ups of Boise State on the court. We'll take a look at Marcus Shaver, see how he looks. Should be fun. Appreciate folks for checking us out. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.